So guys, I've been playing around with my 4-star units and somehow I actually got really surprised.
I'm going to defeat you!
So turns out Nezuko and Dio, they actually make a pretty good team, and it's not just that they make a good team, they could carry you to wave 40. And once you get to wave 40, then you could keep grinding wave 40 to get XP to level up your unit. Nezuko is actually surprisingly strong. So my Nezuko is only level 1, and I'm going to use level 20 Dio as well, which they're not a huge level, but surprisingly, they do very well together. I do have a Mihawk for a flying unit and a Bulma, and I do have Erwin for extra DPS damage, and I do have a Erwin for extra DPS damage for my Dio, because Dio's DPS is only 15, and when you max upgrade him, he still only does around 35 damage, which is trash. We're gonna stick to our usual setup where we have Dio at the front over here, we're gonna have Nezuko here, and we're gonna have our flying unit back here. You don't exactly need a Mihawk over here. You could use any flying unit except Goku. He's trash. So we're gonna focus on money again because surprisingly, as I said, Dio is actually good and he doesn't have a lot of damage. Look, 7 damage on his next upgrade, but at the end of the day, he does bleeding damage and it actually goes very well. 4 stars are cheap except Nezuko. She's $900 and her upgrades are expensive too, even more pricey than Luffy's. If you max out Nezuko, she will do more damage than a maxed out Luffy, and I'll show you a clip of no clips right now with a maxed out Nezuko.
I got 4 Nezuko's down now. I wonder how much damage she does when she's buffed.
Dio is actually a really cheap character. And honestly, he's reliable because with that bleeding damage, they will bleed out most likely and they won't be able to survive. We're gonna place a second one over here. So even though these guys got through, look, they're just gonna die out. Boom, they're gone. This pretty much proves that in All-Star, you don't need 5 stars to do well. You could do well with a 4-star as well. I like how the blood effects look as well. They kind of look cool in my opinion. And I don't know, ever since I've been using these two and I figured out this combination, well, not figured it out because this is basically common sense, but ever since I started using it and gave it a try, I've been liking it a lot. I don't need overpowered Luffy or Vegeta on my team, and I could change up a little bit. At wave 6, we're gonna give our Dio our first upgrade. These guys got by, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just give this guy an upgrade so they won't be able to pass. There you go. We have our first one. Let's place her down. Boom! Look at that. Her ability looks so cool, and right off the bat, she comes as an AoE, which is amazing. She is so good. I really like her in the anime as well. The fact that she's just she never talks, you know, she's just in a bag or in that basket or whatever. It's just cool. And yet she's still so busted. She looks so fragile and yet she's busted. So we're gonna focus on making more money. Honestly, Dio is amazing. I don't even have the 5-star Dio. You do not need the 5-star Dio. 4-star Dio at level 20, which you don't even have to grind for a lot. Neither do you have to grind for the Nezuko because she's level 1. It's insane. My Vegeta's maxed out. I have a Luffy that's level 50. Those characters I use to get to level 40 and above. I could get to level 40 and above with just 4 stars at low level. That's insane. We're gonna place all of the Dios down now, since we have enough money, and give them some upgrades. And see, right now, Nezuko is not even helping. And this is basically all by the Dios. It's just amazing to me how they're doing damage 30 and 15, and yet they're able to do so well. Okay, at this point, I feel comfortable to just save up for our first Mihawk, because there will be flying units coming in. And we made enough money for our first Mihawk. Let's go place him right over here and just leave him there for the flying unit. Honestly, for this game, we're not really relying on our Mihawks. It's mainly just our Dio and our Nezuko doing all of the work. Yeah, he will do with some extra DPS and he is a strong character. But if you don't have a Mihawk, it wouldn't be a problem as long as you have a good flying unit. So we're gonna focus on upgrading our Dios all the way. And then we could focus on upgrading our Nezukos. This guys, they basically have no chance. They're just getting ruined. They're getting deleted out of this world. I wonder when they continue Demon Slayer if Nezuko is going to be super powerful and she's gonna be used more in the anime. Because I honestly don't read the manga. I never really did read mangas, and I just want to wait till they release more episodes, the new season. And I wonder if they're going to use Nezuko more in it. We're gonna give our Nezuko our first upgrades now. So our next upgrade is going to be 2000, which is basically Vegeta's maxed out upgrade. Okay, so we just finished maxing out our Dios, and look at this. It looks sick. They just have laser coming out of their eyes, giving them bleed damage. Now Nezuko's will just finish them off. It's an easy start as well because a Dio is just 375 and you could place 2 down easily within 3 rounds. Or you could focus on a Bulma right after you place your first Dio down, which is what I typically do. At this point she does 450 damage at level 1, guys. At level 1. That's amazing. Guys, we're at wave 20 and they cannot get through the entrance with 4-star units. Like, this to me is just like, wow. I knew some 4 stars were good, but this good where the NPCs can't get through just the front entrance of the gate. I only seen 5-star units be able to do this. They're just getting lasered down, and it's wave 21 and it's still technically just the Dios. Because sometimes if they do end up over here, Nezuko will kill them. But over here, that's just all the Dios doing all of the work. And they're still at only 48 damage. Like, that's crazy. Bad for seeming extremely excited for the units. It's just, I couldn't believe that I got to wave 43 with these units. We're gonna place our Irwin over here. And we're gonna place the Irwin right over here. We're gonna give this one 2. Like we usually do, but for this one we're going to boost him with another Irwin instead for our Nezuko. So I made a mistake. I shouldn't have placed this one over here. I'm just gonna get rid of her, check his distance again, put him right over here, max this guy out, and there you go. Now this guy is going to be boosting this guy, which will boost our Nezuko. Replace our Bulma that we sold. Okay, there you go. Now, if it's getting too difficult, we will just boost our Nezuko's with the Irwin. At this point, we're going to just max out our Nezuko's, which is 2,500. Okay, now that we have our friend tiers maxed out, we're gonna go to the back and just focus on our Mihawks, which, as I said, they're not really important, but I'm going to just put all of them down. That caught me by surprise is when I decided to make this video, I wanted to give them a try to make sure that I could survive for a high level with them, and it was easier to get to above wave 40 with this units than it was with my overpowered units like Luffy and Vegeta. I was like, what? This makes no sense. That made me even want to release this video even quicker so you guys can see that not all 5 units are the best. You could do well with 4 units too. We maxed out one of our Mihawks, so now he is assisting our Dios with damage. Our Mihawk does do insane amount of damage, 653. That's a lot of damage, but I'm telling you guys, you will pass without a Mihawk as well. Since Nezuko is doing the main damage, we're going to give her another Irwin so we don't have to wait for the cooldown. Place a third one because this Irwin did not reach to this one and it will not give the boost. Not even at level 50 yet, so I'll have an extra unit available, which will be our light Yagami. And once we have the light Yagami, we could get to level 50 with this setup easily. Wave 50 will be cleared no problem. If you have your Nezuko's leveled up and your Dio2 maxed out, which I don't. Alright, so at this point we have all our units maxed out. And we're doing so good. Literally not getting past this bridge, which is so good, man. I'm so impressed. Nezuko's, I feel like they're going to be in my team for sure. 100% sure. Nezuko is basically a child of light Yagami. It just deletes people out of this world that have bleeding damage, which is insane. She does crazy. I'm gonna boost our Nezuko to see how well she's going to do. Boom, boosted. Now she does almost 1,000 damage. Jeez, they're just getting shredded. We're at wave 38 and they're still not getting through the bridge. And one thing that's for certain, I don't have to click on Irwin's as much as I do when I had my other unit. It's basically a calm way for me to get to wave 40. We're just gonna boost her again. Boost these guys. Pretty barely could stand a chance, but then when she's boosted, it's even more overpowered. So think about it, guys. Our maxed out Mihawk is doing 1,300 damage, almost 1,400. But that's a level 85 star unit. Now, our Nezuko is a level 1 4-star unit. And when you give her a boost, she does 1,000 damage. Which is not that far off if you really think about it. A level 80 compared to a level 1. 40 guys and still no problem. Look at that. Wave 41. We're at wave 42. And I still not even worrying. I'm not even clicking any buttons. Barely have to do anything. Just sit here. Alright, this is where we might lose. The end of wave 42. Let's just get to wave 43. Let's skip the wave real quick. Guys off too. Are we gonna lose? I think we're gonna lose. I think we're gonna lose. But we might not. We might not. Yeah, we're gonna call it a day, guys. Jeez. GG. Level 42, guys. Wave 42. We did amazing. You have it, guys. Wave 43 with just 2 4-stars, basically. Yeah, Mihawk was there for help. And we did have our Irwin. But Irwin is not there to do damage on people. He's there to assist our main DPS. Which was our Nezuko. And which was our Dio. They work great together, and you do not need to go all out to get 5 stars. If you have a 4-star, go to infinity, grind up. You know, you don't have to stress out or worry too much. These characters work well. If I would have had that extra slot and maybe could have put a light Yagami as well, we would have went to way longer than wave 43. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a whole lot to me. I'll see you guys later.